Everyone. This is Gary, and today I would like to talk about digesting drawings. Now, this is a series of videos, and I'm going to try to keep the videos to about 5 minutes each. So we're going to start with a process that's near and dear to me. It's called digesting your drawings. What does that mean? It means we take a set of drawings. Here's an example IFC drawing, and we digest it, so we understand how the circuit works. So first thing we're going to cover is some basic information. When you get issued IFC drawings, first thing you want to look at is to make sure the PE stamp is in place. The PE stamp tells us, the commissioning engineers, that this is a valid drawing. We also check the drawing against the transmittal to make sure it's the correct one to use. Engineers like to send install drawings and removal drawings. So if you notice, this drawing number 679070001 sheet 11 rev 8 is exactly the same as this drawing number. So these drawings are exactly the same. The only difference is one says install, the other says removal. So on a removal drawing, it's basically what it means. Removal, you notice it's in green. They put a bubble around the areas that are to be removed from the existing circuit. How do you identify these areas? You have to go to a wiring diagram to find these points. We'll cover that in another video. What you need to know now, it's a blue box. Blue indicates a no. The green indicates a removal. You have to check with your utility to figure out what are the standard colors that they use. So looking at this elementary diagram or schematic, you'll notice there's several places we're going to be removing circuits here. We're going to remove a 52A contact here, a B contact here, and an A contact here. That's a removal drawing. Now we're going to go to the addition drawing. Once we remove that, which is part of the old breaker that we're removing, we're going to add a new breaker. And then we're going to add this circuit from the new breaker. So everything is in a blue bubble. And then the additions is in red. Red indicates we're adding this circuit. As you can see here, there are several places we're going to be adding. As you add the circuits and you prove them, you will highlight the red with yellow. First, you will check it off with the blue check mark. Blue check mark indicates that you verified it, and then the highlight indicates that you proved it functionally. So those are the differences between the install drawing and the removal drawing. Okay. Now we're going to get into some basic fundamentals that you need to know in order for you to understand how to read this. First thing you need to know is what all these numbers mean. 43, 52, 63. So I can tell you that a 52 is an AC breaker, a 43 is a switch, and a 63 is a pressure switch. How do I know that? Because my IEEE device numbers, if you look at 43, it says manual transfer selector switch, 52 is an AC circuit breaker, and 63 is a pressure switch. As a commissioning engineer, you need to memorize this. And if you don't, then you have the table with you and you keep referring back to it until it becomes part of your memory. Understanding these numbers helps you tremendously in understanding these drawings. Okay. Some other key points that you need to know is the top rail is typically the positive rail. In this case, we're dealing with 125 volts DC. So the top rail, T plus, is considered a positive rail. The bottom rail, where it says T negative, is typically considered a negative rail. So in order for anything to work in here, it has to have a potential from positive to negative. So that's key in understanding how this works. All right, so that is the end of this video. On the next video, we'll continue with the digesting process.